With Family Constellation, we finally bring back the order. We finally make peace with what was. We finally accept what you did receive and what you did not receive.
You're listening to the Almost 30 podcast, a lifestyle podcast hosted by Krista Williams and Lindsey Simsick.
Tune in for a new episode every Tuesday to hear our honest conversations about topics like wellness, entrepreneurship, spirituality, and self-development with guests who are really smart, really inspirational,
and really fucking funny. It's real, it's raw, and it's unfiltered.
Inspired by our transition from our 20s to our 30s, we realized it's so much more than that. Our mission is to provide you with the tools, guidance, and motivation to help you navigate any transitions in your life and propel your personal growth.
Thanks so much for tuning into the Almost 30 podcast.
Here we go.
Finally it's working. Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are in Boston. Lindsey and I in Boston. We're hanging outside.
Hotel life. We know we're in Boston because
someone said we should put our podcast on Barstool Sports Podcast Network.
So we were at our Soul Cycle ride this morning. One, can we just say that Boston has been so incredible because what's happening is like needed. It's actually needed. So sometimes in LA, like we're with all of our wellness friends and, you know, they just know what's up, know what's happening. And it almost feels a little, they feel a little jaded by it. And they're like, yeah, this is a great wellness event. In Boston,
yeah,
it is all new,
fresh.
And they're just like hungry for it. So it's so rewarding and so amazing to connect with everyone. Anyway, we were at our Soul Cycle ride this morning and we had a guy there. I think one of the girls brought her boyfriend. They were so cute. And he's like, I really, I honestly think that you should ask Barstool Sports if they'll pick up Almost 30. I was like,
Barstool? I was in the shower, thank God.
I was literally thinking, thank God Krista's not here because she would not be able to contort her face to create a smile. I go,
Barstool.
I was like, really? Do you think it aligns? He's like, well, like my friend, his podcast was picked up. It's called Chiclets and Sticks. It's a hockey podcast. And I was like, oh, crazy.
You're like, maybe we can cross promote.
It's literally like, what the
maybe
fuck?
We could tap into each other's audiences.
What is happening? Meanwhile, I was on Barstool Sports when I was a freshman in college because I
think I submitted my photo for Barstool Sports and got rejected.
What? You submitted your own photo?
Probably.
I feel like dudes are supposed to submit these photos without the girl's consent, and then they're put up there.
I can't confirm or deny if I've done that.
Jesus,
I'm not sure. But like girls see it and it's like, oh my God, what?
I'm so embarrassed, and they're like, yes,
yeah, I'm so embarrassed.
Literally, my dad found it. And I was like, sorry. I mean, it wasn't a bad photo. It was literally like glittered number of like my friend on the football team, I had like a belly shirt. You know what I'm saying? It was like on my stomach.
So not that bad, dude. They get crazy though. I think it's gotten worse.
I'm sure it has. I've never been on the site. Besides when
honestly, that's like my hell.
Yeah,
that kind of shit is solo vibe. A solo vibe.
So we are on basically last day of the leg of this.
Last day of the leg of this tour. It's getting really weird.
We are getting weird.
We're getting really weird. I'm getting really, really odd. I'm really, really odd right now. I just want to be like dirty and gross and.
Well, we are.
I know we are.
I think we're doing well on that.
Yeah, check.
You should see her feet.
I just don't want to hear my fucking voice anymore. I don't want to hear myself talk. I don't want to see another photo of myself. Unless it's from our event and people are posting it.
Yeah, man. It is.
Which makes me happy.
New York City. We had our Soul Cycle ride. We had our 2 events. The one in Brooklyn, we had 70 women show up. It was incredible with Alexandra Roxo and Ruby Warrington.
They crushed
it.
Me and Lindsey are real we're very particular when people come and speak, and it's really like, we have a vision and we really want you guys to get as much value as you can. So when they came out and they spoke, crushed it.
Well, first of all, we know Alexandra really well. This was the first time meeting Ruby, and she is such an angel. Yeah. Alexandra, I mean, you always say, number one girl crush.
Number one girl crush.
Mm-hmm.
She is like so fine.
Mm-hmm. And Ruby was so vulnerable. I was obsessed with her just being like, I'm an introvert, this is hard for me. And literally half the room was like, me too.
Mm-hmm.
And it was beautiful.
People hung out for like hours after.
We had to close down the club.
Yeah, we shut down the fucking club. And then Wednesday we had 200 people show up to the assemblage. The assemblage, thank you so much. Honestly, we could not have been as grounded as we were if it were not for us having stayed at the assemblage. It is a little sanctuary in the middle of the financial district, downtown Manhattan. It is a sanctuary. We were so lucky. This space was magical. 200 of you showed up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were lucky with our stay. We stayed at the Hotel Indigo on Sunday night, which is in the best location, Lower East Side. It is like, honestly, I kept saying, I'm like, I want to live in this location right by Soho, right by NoHo, right? Like just the best, right by Houston Street. And it was beautiful. Our room was amazing. The rooms are huge there. They have that pool deck. I mean, that was the bomb. And then, the assemblage, which was our, apartment for the rest of the week, allowed us like a space to live and then have our event and be able to go down, to our event and then come up after dude, I saw Lindsey in a way that's never, you really showed out.
Thanks.
It was crazy. Like, I was like,
well, I
had nothing to say. I had nothing more to add to what you said.
I didn't expect, I guess, we had Milana Snow, and you know how we feel about Milana.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a privilege to have her at any event. And we've been doing personal work with Milana that's been really, really special. And I've had a really hard time speaking my truth. Very hard. And I don't know why. I've literally been a performer my entire life, but maybe that's the problem, is that I've been reading someone else's script. And so
trying to flip the script on you.
So it's hard because I have a voice inside that's constantly judging everything I'm saying, which is real fucking annoying. If you relate, raise your hand.
Not if you're driving, keep it
on the wheel. During the Reiki meditation or the Reiki healing, I got so emotional. Didn't expect to. I literally just felt like the floodgates of my heart open up. And I think it was because so many people in that room were sending love to us. And it was like actually the craziest thing I've ever felt in my life. And I had this series of just having so much love for people in my life that I didn't expect to actually feel that love for in that moment. I literally, my ex-boyfriend that I cheated on, you know the story, guys. And he's getting married in September, and I literally felt the most love for him and his fiance ever. I don't talk to them, don't even know what's going on, but I was just so happy for them, and that felt good. That felt like a healing that I needed, and I didn't know I needed because I'm over it, but I think subconsciously I'm not. I don't know. It's a weird thing. So anyway, I just felt so much love. I also
you're over it until you meet the next one.
Yeah, no,
I swear to God.
It's so true. And I've met people in between, but I just felt I need to just love them so much because I am so happy for them. Anyway.
Yeah, man, you brought down the fucking house and I was bawling.
We were both uncontrollably
We were all bawling on stage. It was I cannot wait to see the video and how fucking Kim K cry face.
You have the best cry.
Fuck you.
No, in the best way. I'm dead serious. I am dead ass on this.
I don't even know what that means.
Because we're so close. So I know, but like, it was
crazy.
You can't control it.
So we were bawling, and then Danica, who just moved here, spoke her truth, and she's just the best. And I was just like, okay, everyone I love can stop talking, and everyone was just like,
I know, it was overwhelming.
People showed
my mom was there.
Out. Her mom was there. It was like just too much. It was
too much.
I mean, and we're important to being there for people, but we're there and we're connecting, but people are connecting with each other. These women are just meeting each other and connecting and loving, and it was insane.
Yeah. So thank you to everyone that showed up this past week and a few days in Boston and New York.
Yeah, and Boston was so fun.
Oh, Boston was
the girls were so cool. I'm so excited for them in the future of Boston.
I honestly felt there was a moment where I was like, oh, these are the women that are going to change Boston.
100%.
Because the city needs to be changed a little bit.
It's way masculine.
And like, there's no room. This is a very general statement, so please don't send hate mail. But like, there's like no room for like creativity. There's no room to like, I don't even know.
Feminine, man.
Feminine, like,
again,
just
feminine.
Be and like explore. Like, it's always just like 9 to 5, happy hour at 6.
9 to 5, happy hour at 6. Fenway Park.
But I truly believe not everyone wants to be doing that. But like, it just is, so they do. And so I just
get a job in consulting. Work in finance.
No hate though. I mean,
no hate.
But I can guarantee that those people in consulting are creative souls.
Yeah.
And that they're not tapping into it. And that if they did, that their entire life would change. Doesn't mean you have to quit your consulting job, but it does mean that maybe, And
I'm just echoing the sentiment that we heard last night from the girls.
Exactly.
About Boston and feeling stuck.
Exactly.
And feeling like they hadn't found their tribe or community. So it was really nice to be able to start that.
Totally.
And I feel like we really did, and we're excited to kind of see them take it on for themselves and continue to grow. Because our Chicago girls have a book club. Shy Ladies Book Club. What's up?
I know.
What book are they reading?
I'm actually...
We need to write a book.
I'm sad they didn't invite us.
I know. Even though I actually was in like 100 book clubs and I never read the book.
I never, ever do the homework.
Never read the book.
Never do that. You're at a low point when you read Spark Notes for your book club.
Wow.
Which I've done.
That's amazing. Were you
were you a part of that book club that we did in LA with Beth and all them? Yeah.
But I didn't even fuck around. I didn't fuck around like I read.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I tried to fake it a little bit. And then I was like, oh, they're asking actually thoughtful questions.
I was like, where's the fucking dip?
Yeah, literally. Who brought the
Literally, it's like, where's the fucking chip and dip? Give me some dip and shut the hell up.
We should start a book club and like
it's called the book snub.
We'll like pick the book, but it won't actually be a book. It won't even exist. And like, people just get it and they'll just show up.
Yeah. It'll be like an Instagram account of like baby animals. Be like, did you see that one post of the ducklings jumping into the pool for the first time?
Like, oh, yeah.
Be like, yeah, that was sick. Made me think a lot about taking chances.
Oh, man. Any business we should discuss before we get into this episode?
Where are we? Okay. Yeah. Business.
Coming up, we have our female founders panel in LA, August 8th. We're so excited.
Sage Wellness, honey.
Sage Wellness. It's going to be insane. These women are so smart.
Yeah.
So cool. And like, no bullshit. And if you are an entrepreneur or someone is like, or even if you just like want to be inspired by badass women, like, please come.
Come hang.
It's going to be awesome.
August 8th, Sage, 6:30 to 8:30.
Sponsored by Snow Monkey, which is an amazing vegan ice cream. That is so good. Anyway, we also have Seattle and Portland. Seattle coming up in August, so I'm ahead of myself. But Seattle,
August 11th.
Yeah, August 11th in Seattle with Natalie Miles. Oh my God.
At the Riveter. That's going to be amazing. Down. I can't wait. Justin's going to be there.
Oh,
I can't wait.
Oh, now we're going to get 85 more ticket sales in the next 5 minutes.
The girls last night, they're like, literally like, hi, they're like, where's Justin? I'm like, what?
Wait, is he ready for this? Is he ready?
Oh, I
can't
for the
fans?
I know. He will have fans.
He's going to have to sign boobs.
I know. I'd be okay with that.
If mom lets.
I would let.
Okay.
I'm kind of feeling like whatever lately.
About what?
Just like do your thing. I feel so confident.
I'm actually feeling like bringing someone into the relationship.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I think it's time.
Krista the swinger.
Yeah, I think this is time to come out.
This is almost 40.
Yeah, honestly. I probably will, dude. I probably will swing at some point. Or no, not swing. I'll probably maybe bring someone in.
That's like the most untrue thing I've ever heard you say.
Yeah, that's probably true. This is literally like...
There we go. Flip it and say it's true.
Literally, this is 8 days on tour and talking about serious things for like 100 hours of the day. Honestly, I don't even know what to say anymore. I just want to like...
I do know that if anyone saw our feet now...
My feet.
We would lose probably 3,000 followers off of our Instagram.
I always think about that. I'm like, what happens when I get famous and like people start like celebrity feet and they take pictures of me and I get ranked 0 on the celebrity feet scale?
Or you just get put in the, they're real people too.
Maybe put in the troll category.
Troll.
Troll. Okay, so August 11th, Seattle with Natalie Miles. Make sure you listen to the episode with Natalie Miles. We talk about finding your spirit guide, tapping into your intuition, all of the things there. And then we have a little break, which will be nice. And then happening in September, we're in Portland on September 20th. And then we are there for Spark. So that's an event that Lindsey and I are talking at. And then we have that next week on Tuesday, the 25th of September, we're having an event with Susie Batiz of Poopery at her house. So that's going to be really magical. And that we have probably about 10 tickets left at this time. So make sure you get your ticket for that since that's going to be pretty intimate. And then on the 27th, we're going to be in Austin. So that'll be fun to be in Austin. And then San Diego is now on the site. So people have been asking about San Diego. So make sure you check the site to buy your tickets for San Diego. That also has a limit and that will sell out pretty quick. So make sure you get your ticket for San Diego.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
It's going to be really fun. It's going to be just a great day.
It's special. Yeah. Pretty unique. I just wanted to read a review real quick before we get into this episode. All right. The title is The Best Tribe, 5 stars. Let me start by saying that this is only the second review I've ever written. I literally couldn't go without writing one for this podcast. That's how great it is and has added so much value to my life. Lindsey and Krista have the best guests, keep things so grounded and real as advertised. And I can't say enough about how much I love their Facebook group. Hands down, the best tribe. Do yourself a favor and subscribe to this podcast. Life-changing in the best ways. Courtney. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Okay, so we're really excited about today's episode. We have on Marine Sélénée. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm either saying it perfectly or really wrong. She is beautifully French. We are so honored. We got to sit down with Marine while we were in New York City at her beautiful office. We talk all about family constellations. If you have not heard of family constellations, get ready, sisters. I'd like to read something from her website to kind of get you in the right mindset in terms of what you should expect from this episode. She says, we cannot change our parents or our family, but we can change our perception around it. We can decide to move on. We can decide to stop focusing and obsessing over our past, constantly thinking about what they should have done better or differently. Family constellations will break you free from any negative and painful patterns. It will be life-changing. Krista and I can attest to that. We sat down and we got pretty open and intimate with Marine in this episode, as she does with us. So we're just really excited to share this with you, hopefully giving you all the permission to start looking at the family history, your relationship with various family members, and try to change your perspective on where they might be coming from, where you've been. It's really, really interesting. So join our secret Facebook group. As always, we love you guys. And send this to a friend if you feel like it would resonate with them. This is how we've grown, like we've grown. So we're just so grateful to you. We will see you on the road. We are on tour. We have a handful of cities left on this tour, and we are going international in 2019. So join us. We can't wait to meet you. Love you all. This episode is brought to you by Dirty Lemon. I love your skin.
I know.
It is. I know. People don't believe us.
They don't. That is actually the one compliment that I do get pretty regularly, but it was kind of crazy when I was in St. Louis recently visiting one of my best friends, Jen. I mean, the comments about my skin were insane.
Mm-hmm. Always.
And they were constant. I mean, I was like, guys, let me tell you about Dirty Lemon. But for real, if you've seen me in the past couple weeks, you have seen my glowing skin from Dirty Lemon, but also me carrying around one of their amazing elixirs. Either the rose, the collagen, the ginseng, the one with Vogue is really cool. The matcha one I love in the morning, but I just love their beverages for all day to really help add in those amazing magic beauty properties to my schedule. It's so easy and it's so delicious.
Yeah, I definitely stand by, especially the collagen one I've been drinking. It's hard for me to ingest collagen sometimes because of the flavor. And they're like experts at masking anything that
and
may be
marine
bitter.
Collagen, which is absorbed so easily.
So it has water, pure lemon juice, hydrolyzed marine collagen peptides, cayenne, luohan guo, ocean minerals, and pink Himalayan sea salt. So you're also hydrating. And I forget that
the salt is key.
The salt is
and
key.
all of their beverages too, if you're wondering, are low sugar. They all have like 1 gram or less of sugar, which is number one. Because if you're going to be drinking these beverages as much as I do, you really want that low sugar. So they taste great, but they have low sugar.
Absolutely.
I've been loving the rose one. So I don't know if you guys have heard, but rose water is really great for anti-aging. It has potent polyphenols and antioxidants that help decrease stress. And it's really nice to drink after dinner because it supports your digestion. It supports any oxidative stress release that happens after you eat your meal. So you get improved energy and you also help to keep things moving. So I love their rose water as a nice little treat after my dinner.
And I've been doing the Daily Detox, which is their charcoal elixir. So it's designed to improve your digestion and stimulate your liver function. So I've been having kind of trouble with holding toxins in my body. So it's really helping to kind of move all of that through. And it's really gentle. So you're not running to the bathroom and shitting your brain cells. It's really a gentle cleanse. So you can go to dirtylemon.com, dirtylemon.com, use our code almost30, ALMOST30, and you'll get an free case with your purchase. So a free BOGO, baby. So dirtylemon.com, use the code almost30 for a free case with your purchase. This episode is also brought to you by Thrive Market. I'm looking to do a study on my own life to see how much time Thrive Market has saved me, and also how much stress. It is so easy to shop on Thrive Market. You can visit thrivemarket.com/almost30, and it'll bring you to a landing page where we have all of our favorite products. Right now, I needed to kind of stock up in my bathroom. Just got back from the leg of the tour, the New York Boston leg of the tour. And so I'm getting my Everyone soap. I love the coconut lemon bath and shower gel. So good. Also stocked up on Simply White toothpaste from Tom's in the clean mint flavor. Great. Among other things, I'm just obsessed with Thrive Market and what they stand for. Thrive Market is a membership community that uses the power of direct buying to deliver the world's best healthy food and natural products to their members at wholesale prices. They just take out the middleman. Pretty easy and benefits us. And they also sponsor free memberships for low-income American families. We save, everyone thrives, and you're getting the highest quality products. And you don't have to worry about not finding the brands you love. They are there. And what I like is that their team at Thrive Market vets every product. So every product from the kitchen pantry to the bathroom cabinet has to meet the highest standards in the industry. So I trust Thrive. Again, go to thrivemarket.com/almost30, use our code almost30, and you'll get an extra 25% off your first order. So you're already saving upwards of 50% off these products and various brands that you love. But with our code and using our link, thrivemarket.com/almost30, code almost30, you get 25% off on top of that.
Yeah, they're so
Wow.
cool.
Yep.
You guys are like, very similar vibes. You know,
Good vibes.
Yeah.
I felt immediately relaxed.
Magical. I know. I love this room. I feel like it's such a great
I'm chilling. I
recording
took off
room.
my shoes. I'm real rude. I'm
No,
sorry.
do it, please.
I'm sorry.
Do whatever you want.
I don't think so. I think they're like half airing out all day.
No, they're fine.
Well, we're so happy to be here.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Mhm.
We've been running around the city, and this one we've been really looking forward to. It speaks a lot to us, and something that we've never actually. The idea of it speaks a lot to kind of the work that we've been doing recently, just thinking about our own family history and, the weight that has been carried through generations, or the curiosity thereof that has been carried through. So it's something that we haven't really used as a mode to explore and gain insight. So we're just really, really excited. Would you introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yes, sure. So thank you so much for having me. My name is Sélénée, and I was born in France 33 years ago. Yesterday was my birthday, actually.
Happy birthday.
Here it is.
Are you Gemini?
No, I'm Cancer.
Cancer.
Cancer is a crabby. It's a crabby one. And I moved to America 10 years ago. I spent 5 years in Miami,
Okay.
a few months in California, and then I finally moved to New York, the Big Apple, to launch my business. And it's been an amazing adventure. Challenging sometimes, of course, but I have been discovering myself more and more. And this is what I like about my job too. It's not only for my clients, it's also for me. Like knowing myself better, understanding myself better, learning from others too, like it's not only giving, it's also receiving a lot. And I'm just passionate about my work. I'm passionate about Family Constellations. And yes, right now I know that I am where I'm supposed to be. And I'm actually looking for a publicist, right now, because I wrote my book, I self-published it in 2015. So I want to go bigger with Family Constellations because obviously everyone has a family. We all have a mom, we all have a dad, and, most of the time we all have struggles, with them, understanding them, accepting them, respecting them as they are, Yes, this is what I want. I want peace in family. I want love. I want acceptance. I want respect. And right now, this is my work and my dedication to all of the families out there, working on understanding each family members better. So yeah,
if you want to get big, that's why you're here. You got our podcast,
the Big Apple,
literally Big Apple, almost 30 podcasts. This is your launching point. What made you move to Miami from France?
I always felt that I was done with my country of origin. It was just over. Like not over, like I need to run away from something or someone. It was just a deep intuition, a deep feeling that, okay, I'm 23. I'm ready to see something else. I'm ready to move somewhere else. And it was made with peace and serenity, like no harsh feelings, no anger, not running away from my family, not running away from a former boyfriend. It was just my life as a young adult starting. And America was not my first choice, actually. I thought at first I was going to move to Argentina, but then America became my destination. Miami at first was easier. Like there is a strong French community over there. So it was easier for me to meet people and learn English because of course I did learn English in school, but it was not the same. So yeah, it was just like following my instinct. Like I wanted to move and I did it with no plan.
No plan.
No plan at all. I didn't know what I was going to do. I had everything, my communication diploma, my psychology also, but I was like, okay, let's see.
Wow. And how did you, I'd love for you to go into what Family Constellations are, but did you have experience in your own life, like with your own family that kind of...
Yes, I did. Here? So I studied psychology because at first I wanted to become a psychologist. And then finally at the end of my studies, I was like, well, something is missing. So I moved to America Miami was my first destination. And long story short, I hit rock bottom around the age of 25. I was depressed, unhappy, miserable, and I could not figure out why. Because I had everything. You know, I was young, living in Miami, a lovely family, lovely friends, money, you know, like, well, everything was great. And so I started discovering the spiritual journey. The law of attractions, Abraham Hicks, The Secret. And I had my first mentor, Michelle Bleckner. And she was the one who introduced me actually to Family Constellations. One day she came back from New York and she was like, Maureen, I discovered something great. And I was like, okay, what is it again? You know, like, I don't care, you know, like, I'm just like depressed. And she was like, no. It's big. You have to try. It's going to blow your mind. And I was like, well, I have nothing to lose, you know? So I tried and I was like, okay, this is a real deal. It was just an awakening. It was a missing link that I've been looking for, you know, like a few years now. And I will always remember what I worked on the first time. It was my love life. I was sure I was miserable with my boyfriend's, you know, dates because of my father. It was him, you know, like he was a guilty one, okay? That it's your fault because you were not there for me. You were emotionally unavailable for me, you know, like you just screw up. And then with my family constellations, you know, like me being in the field, I was like, okay, maybe the story is different. Maybe women in my family are pretty bold, pretty independent, you know, like maybe we also have our share in that, you know. And maybe our men are pretty weak. A lot of gamblers, sexual addicts, you know, like a lot of things like that. While women, actually, we had to stay strong, you know, for them. And even maybe at some point we did emasculate them, you know, like, okay, we're the strong one, you know, we have the power. And so maybe me, I was also doing it, you know, like, let me take care of you, you know, like, oh, you're an addict. Do not worry. I'm a nurse now, you know, I'm just going to take care of you and I'm not going to take care of myself. And so slowly but surely, I discovered another story. Just the reality of my story. What really happened to my father? What really happened to my mother? And this was life-changing. Because finally, I was responsible for my life. I was 25 years old, and it was not the fault of my father, either my mother, actually. It was just me unconsciously repeating something that I have seen, that I have heard, that I have felt, that I have perceived, like I need to pick only weak men in order to be a strong and independent woman. So this was my first approach, you know, like my first touch to family constellations. And then for 1 year, I worked on myself. I worked on my story. I worked on understanding all of my behaviors, my issues, my patterns. And then finally I was like, okay, I'm ready. So I moved to New York because there is an institute here, the Bert Hellinger Institute. He's a founder of Family Constellations. Right now is 95 years old. So it was one of his students, Susie Tucker and Mark Wallin, who were my teachers. And so again, I studied for 1 year. And then I was like, okay, let's do it because I love it. For me, it makes sense. Just total sense. So yeah.
What is it? So what is Family Constellations?
So Family Constellations helps to uncover and dissolve any blockages affecting your relationship, your health, your finance, your career through the lens of your family's story, your heritage. Because you have to know that unconsciously, when we are a child, we think that our first mission is to save our family. It's to take care of mom and dad. If mommy is depressed, okay, I may become depressed too, so then mommy won't be alone anymore. Or maybe I'm just going to be the funny one, the funny son. And so mommy will laugh, and then she won't be sad anymore. Or maybe my father is a famous attorney right now. And so at some point, I'm just going to take over, you know, and I'm going to run the firm, you know, for him because this is what he wants me to do. Or maybe mom had 3 abortions and I'm just also going to have 3 abortions. Because then we stay all connected, all together. Because what we need as a woman or as a man is to be seen, to be heard, and to be recognized. With those 3 elements, we feel that we belong, that we have a place, that no matter what we will do, we will always be able to come back to that place, that family, that strong foundation. But most of the time, or sometimes I will say, we did not feel seen. We did not feel heard. We did not feel recognized. And then we're angry or frustrated or miserable. And we are just going to replay, to repeat the same dynamics over and over again, but through our friends, with our work, with our coworkers, until we finally are able, to understand what happened to me. Because a little boy or little girl, we couldn't ask questions, maybe. We were not able to understand, the difference between our own perception as a young boy and the perception, from our parents. No, it was nothing. How many times, I'm sure you already asked this question to your mom. Hey, mom, do you remember, that time where you did say no and I took it really personally, and your mother isn't be like, I don't remember that,
My mom always says, that was your other mother.
Yeah,
She's like, that was your other mother. Literally.
It's just we don't perceive, the same event, the same moment as all of us, your mom's perception is going to be different from your perception, and your dad's perception also is going to be different. And so family constellation helps to reunify the story, the order, because there is an order in the family. How many times I have clients who took over mom's role or dad's role. I'm going to do it for you, mom.
Mm-hmm. Because either they couldn't do it or they when it continued. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And that's like a subconscious it's pressure.
Subconscious. It's completely subconscious. It's completely unconscious. And when it's unconscious, you cannot heal because you cannot understand it. It's when it becomes conscious that you can finally work on it and then be responsible. This is the difference between being a child and being an adult. Normally, when we become an adult, we are conscious about our behavior, about our words, how we act, how we react. A child, we are pretty selfish. It's all about us, Please look at me, mom. Please look at me, dad, But normally as an adult, we make room for others. Except that our little girl or little boy, still waiting to be seen and to be heard, is waving, hey, please, no, it's not working, I don't understand, so let me take care of it. And so with family constellation, we finally bring back the order, we finally make peace with what was, we finally accept what you did receive and what you did not receive. Because here is also the big difference. It's one thing to accept what you did receive. It's another thing to accept what you did not receive. And this is where you can keep the grudge on it. No, my mother did not give me her attention when I was 12 years old. So I'm just going to hold on it. And then I'm going to ask reparation for it. But until when? Until 50 years old, 55 years old? Are you really going to spend your life, still asking for your mom, her recognition? Or are you ready to move on?
So in what ways would you, guide someone to move on? Is it interaction with that parent or parents? It's all inner work? It's
all inner work because your entire family is already within yourself, your body, your cells, your spirit, your mind. First of all, the work most of the time starts with your inner child, because he or she is the one who did suffer from it, not you as an adult. You are just carrying a memory, but that's it. You are not the one experiencing it, but you are the one who can heal it. So we are going to start with a little boy, little girl, telling him or her that you are important. I see you today. I hear you today. I recognize you today. You have a place and you are not in charge anymore. How many people think they are in charge of others? We are not. We can help, we can be here, but we cannot do it for them. If your mom is depressed, unfortunately, and yes, it's pretty sad, it's awful, but no matter what you will do, she will never heal through you, through your own life. So there is also a respect toward her destiny, his destiny. I trust you. I trust your life. This is also a sentence that we say a lot for addictions. When one of your siblings, is a drug addict, the only thing that you can do is trust him, trust his life. This is how you empower people. Having pity is not going to help because you are diminishing that person. You are disowning that person. And when actually you see that person whole and complete, okay, right now you're a drug addict. I'm not going to fight anymore. I'm not going to have pity for you. I'm just going to respect that moment in your life. And maybe you are going to survive, and I will be more than happy to be here at the end of that tunnel. And maybe not. Maybe your life is going to take another direction. But who am I to judge?
Yeah.
I'm just here to be an example, And this is where it starts with our family. The more respect and acceptance we have toward our family, and especially toward mom and dad, the more respect we'll have for ourselves and also for others, our friends, love life, co-workers, and so on.
For our listeners, can you explain the inner child? What an inner child is?
So inner child is your mini version, like your little boy or little girl. Like, for example, my name is Marine, so I have my little Marine. And she's the one who experienced a few things, like the fear of being abandoned, or the fear of not being enough, or not being loved. And so she grew up and she became me, the adult self. But now she's asking for answers. She's asking to the big Marine, please, can you tell me what happened here? Because I did not understand, why dad did not listen to me or did not give me permission to date, that boyfriend, or so on, depending on the story. And so the adult self normally has to listen to that part. The part, when you have those toxic thoughts over and over again. I'm not good enough. He's not going to like me. I'm not going to be appreciated at work. This is your little girl, little boy. As an adult, we can self-analyze. We can rationalize, we can be like, okay, this I understand and this I don't understand. A child cannot do that. It's all about feelings, it's all about emotions. So we are like a shelter for inner child, guiding her, guiding him. And the work that we do in therapy or any healing modalities, it's just a reconnection between your inner child and your adult self, because you are just the same person, just having two different perceptions. One perception that is led by your emotion and feelings, and another one that is led by more like your analyze, like rational self.
Left brain.
Yeah, left brain.
And how would, if you were to take someone through, the process, how do you identify blocks in their family constellation?
So it always starts with, what are you struggling with right now? And it can be anything. It can be eating disorders. It can be my love life sucks. It can be a few miscarriages, unfortunately, or abortions, or bankruptcy, or losing a lot of money, like anything. And so from that, I'm going to ask a few questions regarding your family. The different dynamics. What's the story of your mom, your dad, any miscarriages, any murder, any addictions, anything that may be relevant for right now, the issues that you're dealing with. And from that, then, when I work in private, well, you won't be able to see the footsteps, but I use this to create the constellation. All of the footsteps, and when I do workshop, we use, it's with, like other person, so they're going to represent, like maybe a mother, a father, an uncle, whatever also will be relevant for the family constellation. And this represents the constellation, the family constellations. Because regarding where you're going to place those footsteps, it's going to create the subconscious dynamic that's right now it's happening and that you cannot deal with it. And so you are going just to tell me how you are feeling right now. And it can be anything. Your subconscious is going to react. Your body is also going to react. Maybe you are going to feel a few tensions in your body because our body is our best memory, actually. The body remembers everything, while actually the mind can shut off, on a few things. And so from that, I will give you a few resolution sentences, like really simple one, like, you are my mother, I am your daughter. Or, thank you, Mom, I will do better. Just a few sentences that will recall the emotion or feelings that have been repressed. And from that, you heal. Because finally, your left brain and your right brain are going to communicate. They are going to work together. When we talk about trauma, we always think about big things, like a kidnapping, a murder, sexual abuse. But actually, trauma means anything that you are not able to understand, that you are not able to process. So it stays stuck, okay? Because your right and left brain were unable to communicate. So you just reacted with your emotions, so the right side of your brain. And because the left side of your brain could not, talk to your right side, you could not understand. So what we do in therapy, and especially in behavioral therapy or family constellation therapy, is we reconnect your entire brain in a way. So then your emotions can be processed through your thoughts, and your thoughts can be processed through your emotions. And this is how it works.
Wow. Yeah, I'm just thinking about people that I know or my own experience where that inner child, when it hasn't had the conversation to work out all of the questions that it's had, it just shows up as this irrational self.
Yes.
Even though the emotions are very real and that is truth for them, but it's like that disconnect between answering the questions the child is asking, the why did this happen? Or, that's really interesting. What has been perhaps the most common question of the inner child that in your work that you've seen, whether it's death or abuse?
I think it's not being seen. And it can be through sexual abuse, violence, absent father. Absent mother, it's not that common, like most of the time it's a father who is absent.
Guys. Dads.
It's being seen.
Yeah.
It's really being seen,
And being seen meaning like actually seeing that person for who they are, like in the best light.
Yeah.
Or like it's that soul to soul connection.
It's just like, Mom, Dad, I want you to see me as I am. And I don't want to be angry. I don't want to tie my hair in pink, and get 3 piercings, or be an addict to be seen. I just want to be recognized as I am. Because at first, our parents, they do set up an identity for us. Or you're a girl, or you're a boy, you're going to help mommy cooking, tonight because you're a little girl, and my boy is going to play soccer with me because, hey, he's a boy, but maybe your boy, he just wants to dance. He wants to go to ballet, and maybe your girl, she wants to, I don't know, like climb in the trees, and be a free spirit. So this is the first identity that you give to your kids. And normally through becoming a teenager, you are going to break up from that identity. You are going to break free and hopefully become the adult that you want to be. This is when, there is that passage, like, thank you so much, Mom and Dad, for your job, but I'm just going to discover now who I am, who is the real me. And it's actually pretty healthy to be against, your parents for just a few years, no, I'm just going to say no to your principles, I'm just going to build my own belief system, my own principles. And of course, when finally you are done with that teenager phase, you are like, Like a few things actually that you gave it to me. The respect, like in being polite and hardworking, but this is important. And so this is why, like by embracing every stage of your life, you can grow stronger and more confident. But when one of your parents is going to ask you as a child, okay, please mother me or father me, okay, be the parent here. Okay, so where is my stage right now? Because I'm the child, I know that I am limited in my life. And right now my mommy is counting on me. This is a lot of pressure on her or his shoulders. Like, wow, I need to save my mom. I need to take care of her, but I don't know how.
What's an example of when a mom or dad needs their kid to take care of them?
Dad left. And actually, Dad left because she was pregnant of me. And she kept me. She didn't get an abortion. She didn't try. I owe her something. I owe her my life. Here's the thing. So you are going to do anything to be sure that your mom is going to love you. To be sure that you are not a mistake. That it's not your fault if Dad left. That you are not guilty. So you are going to be a brilliant student.
To be seen.
To be seen. To still be loved, please. Because my mom, every day, she told me that my dad left when he knew that she was pregnant. So maybe it was my fault. This is how the child is going to understand it. Well, I did something wrong because otherwise my dad would have stayed,
Right. We interrupt this episode to bring you a word from our sponsor, Daily Harvest. How do they do it? How do they get whole, organic, beautiful, thoughtful ingredients frozen at peak freshness into this cute little cup that has amazing branding and delivered to your door fast? How do you do it? Bring me to your factory. I don't even think it's a factory. It's probably some clouds in the sky because this is heaven. Daily Harvest is a fast, reliable service that brings smoothies, overnight oats, soups, lattes, etc. directly to your door. It is so easy. Right now, I'm actually obsessed with the latte, which is coffee and cardamom. So I actually like it cold. So I'll just pop the contents into a blender, add about 10 ounces of my go-to liquid, which is, right now it's flaxseed milk, if you're wondering, and blend for about 10 seconds. And it'll get a little frothy, and then I pour it over ice. It's so good. This one has coffee, tahini, cardamom, cinnamon, maca, maple, lemon juice, and lion's mane. At Daily Harvest, they just want to eat healthy, but know how busy you all are. So after discovering, researching, hunting down, and preparing, they have come up with these quick fixes that will never, ever, ever, ever compromise the nutrition. So if you want to try Daily Harvest, I highly suggest it. My mom just became obsessed with it. Love her. daily-harvest.com. You can use our code almost30 for 3 free cups in your first box. Come on. Okay, daily-harvest.com. You can use our code almost30 for 3 free cups in your first purchase. This episode is also brought to you by Kopari Beauty. All right, I'm going to talk to you about the gateway products that got me addicted. Okay. The Kopari Lip Glossy is my number one. I put it on a few times a day to get moisturized and glossy as hell without it being sticky. That's hard to come by. It also tastes and smells delicious. Easily fits in any little purse, any little pocket. It's so cute. It's adorable. And also the coconut deodorant. So here's the thing. People get confused. They're like, wait, Krista said she liked Schmidt's. And you said, yep, we're different people and we like different things. just so long as we are promoting brands that are safe for our listeners, damn, we are behind it. So I just want to say that I love the coconut deodorant. It goes on so smooth. It's in this cute little cylinder, and you like twist it up. It's aluminum free, glides on clear, never sticky. It's always awesome. It smells delicious. I just don't sweat it anymore. Get it? Okay, guys, you can try Kopari Beauty at koparibeauty.com. Use our code almost30 for 15% off. So that's koparibeauty.com, KOPARI beauty.com. Use our code almost30 for 15% off. Do you work with almost like the opposite, where, not the opposite, but if people have children, like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so nervous to have kids.
Mm-hmm.
To raise them correctly.
Me too.
You know what I mean? It's like, how do you then?
Every day I'm going to be like, I see you.
Exactly.
I see you.
Like, you know, to allow them to discover and like have this conversation in the present moment, like as a parent to have enough awareness to see or recognize when maybe some, like, whether it's chaos or just disruption in the everyday could be affecting a child, to have that open conversation. You know, dad left because I was pregnant with you, and to kind of like flip that and kind of give her the reassurance, or him the reassurance, that this is exactly how it's supposed to turn out. I am stronger because I am a stronger mother for you because of it. You are, you know, like, I just wonder, like, you have to be so present and aware in the moment to be able to like not do what maybe is expected, which is, you know, not really talk about it.
Yes. So I don't work with children, but I work with the parents, you know. I always say, I'm not a mom yet. So I don't know the struggle, you know, like really hat off, guys, like you're doing great. I think you need to talk to your child. Parents who keep a secret, like we're going to get divorced, but we are not going to tell the truth to our children until, you know, the final day, you know. I'm sorry, but they are wrong. Because our children, they can already feel it, that there is something wrong. And the thing is, they're going to make up stories. And it can go pretty far. While actually, when you are responsible, as two adults, you know what? We are going to talk to you because we trust you and we respect all of you.
The respect.
Yeah, the respect also toward children. They understand everything. Everything. They feel anything. And they deserve that respect. It's not about them. It's about you. It's about your love life with your wife. Right now, you're not talking as a mother and a father. It's a wife and a husband issue. That you made the decision that you're just going to end it up here. But the mother and father will last forever. So just talk to your children with simple words. They do not need to know the entire story. They do not need to know all of the tiny details. They just need to know that they are loved, and mom and dad are in charge. And same thing if dad left while mommy was pregnant. Yes, it happened, but it was not because of you. It was my story with your father. And I really love being your mother, and you are not in charge of me. I will be okay. You are my son, you are my daughter. I made the choice to keep you. And so now we are going to move on. And same thing with anything. I know a story, you know, like, so my friend, she has a sister, and she also has a little brother. But the little brother was adopted. Beautiful. But the thing is, at that time, I think he was 8 or 9 years old, and he still didn't know his story. He still did not know that he was adopted. I think it's an offense. He should know because it's part of his story. And I asked her, I was like, so when do you think your parents are going to tell him the truth? And she was like, I don't think they're going to tell him. No, it's his story too, and he will see that maybe it does not look like his father, or whatever it is, You cannot hide the truth. It's also his life. It's also his story. It's heritage. So talk to your children. Talk to your child. Mommy is sad. Just say it. Yes, mommy is sad right now. It's not because of you. I'm going to be fine. And this also allows your child or children to express their emotions too. Mommy, I'm sad. Mommy, I'm happy. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. It happens. And then what happens? You become more confident to explore, to discover who you are, and to give yourself permission to just feel. And this, I think, it's a gift.
With the inner child work, so say maybe you had, your parents had a chaotic relationship growing up that was really challenging and affected you maybe subconsciously. So how would you go about discovering how that affected you?
Most of the time by repeating out loud the resolution phrases.
Okay.
It's going to just reactivate the feeling and emotion. So I just trust your body's reaction, like it can be a wave of tears, also it can be my client telling me, wow, I feel lighter. I've never felt that way, now, but I do feel lighter. Yeah, it can be just with a few sentences, a few phrases. As I say, the adult one is fine. If you're not fine, it's because your inner child is unsettled.
What would those phrases sound like? What would they be like?
It was not your fault. She's your mother. She's a big one. You are her daughter. You are the little one. Also, you can give it back to her. Like, for example, if you are depressed because you wanted to stay connected to your mother, you can give her back, and she will be fine. There is a lot of resistance giving back something. Like depression, abuse, violence. It's always like, but she's going to be fine. Like, yes, she will. Of course she will.
Oh, so you'd like give her back addiction or
whatever you're carrying, you're bearing for her too, or for him, like it can also be for your grandmother that you are doing it, or for your grandfather, or for your aunt that did commit suicide and you tried already twice. So you're just going to be like, my dear aunt, today I give you a place in my family. Today I recognize that you committed suicide, but I am not you. I am Isabelle, and you are Michelle. And I respect your life. I respect your choice. And now I can move on with my own life and with my own choice. I do not need to do it for you.
How far back can it go? Just like generationally carrying the weight or trauma?
4 generations, sometimes even more.
Wow.
But with Family Constellations, we focus on at least 3 generations. Because when a woman is pregnant, she's pregnant of 3 generations. Her generation, the generation of her baby coming. And her baby, has already, her sexual organs, like reproductive organs, So here is the 3rd generation. So you are more impacted by your grandmother, mother, and then your own generation. Like, to give you a quick outlook of how you can be influenced by the past generations is your great-grandparents plus their siblings. They determine your belief system, the philosophy, the story of your family. Like, for example, me, my great-grandmother was a badass, really independent, strong woman, was pretty uncommon, like for that time. And so the story here was like, women are strong, like they're bold, they're badass, and men are pretty weak. My great-grandfather was a gambler, like an alcoholic, sexual addiction, like. So here's the story, like women strong, men weak. Okay. Then the grandparents plus their siblings, it's all about emotions and feelings. Because this is through the grandparents that you can better understand your parents, their reactions, their behaviors, their emotions. If, for example, your grandfather was emotionally unavailable, maybe your father is too. Because he did not get that example, as a man expressing his emotion and his feelings, telling his daughter, I love you. Then your parents, plus your siblings, it's all about your identity, creativity, and sexuality. This is thanks to the sexuality of our parents that we are alive today. Okay, the gift of life is through sexuality. The identity, because as I mentioned earlier, at first our parents, they set up an identity for us, like depending of their own expectations. And the creativity is how we are going to grow, how we are going to blossom, Are they going to trust us? Are they going to give us opportunity to learn? Or are they going to be afraid, like for us? And then finally, our generation, with our siblings or not, it determines how we share our environment, how we take our place. Like, let's say you have a really extravagant sister. So you're pretty shy because you're afraid of talking, because every time you try to talk, your sister was like, no, I'm singing, I'm dancing. Please, mom, look at me, look at me. Yeah. So yeah, and
how's Lindsay?
100%.
She had center stage, baby.
My sister would be in the camera and she's like, so sweet. My sister's so sweet. She's like, hey, mom, can you just watch me do this cartwheel? And then I'd be like, the wooden spoon in the face. So rude.
Stealing,
But then also I think about the way I affected my siblings. Poor little nuggets. It's not just parents, I'm thinking cross my own generation too. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
No, that's
thinking about it too.
I give that example, at the yoga class, you have the one who wants to be near the teacher. Like, here I am, please. Or you're the one in the corner, or you're the one who does not want to be near anyone, so she or he pushes the mat, away, please give me space, I don't want to share. Look at a group.
Yeah.
See how people, behave. Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
What is the relationship with siblings? How have they impacted you, or how could you understand them?
So the oldest one has the toughest job.
Lindsay.
I'm the oldest one.
Mm-hmm. Youngest.
Woo. You see, you're lucky. You're the lucky one. You're the lucky one. Because the oldest one is the only child who has his or her parents for him or her for maybe just a few months or just a few years. But you were the first one with the parents. And then the second one, the third one, there is already you. There is already kind of a wall, between you and your parents. So most of the time, the oldest one takes a lot on his or her shoulders, unconsciously. Okay, I'm just, and you can hear parents saying, oh, you're the big girl now. You're the big sister. So you're going to take care of your little brother, you're going to show him how you're well behaved. No. It's not my job. Mm-hmm. You can also show him, how to well behaved, we ask a lot, unconsciously still, but to the oldest one, we always ask more, please, can you watch your sister? Please, can you help mommy? Can you do the grocery, because I just need to take care of your other siblings, the youngest one, the luckiest one in a way, but you can also be seen as a baby, we need to take care of you, so protective, and you think I cannot be independent, I cannot fly on my own. I always need to tell, what I'm going to do and how I'm going to act, so there is no better position, it's just, this is who you are, the oldest, the middle one, it may be also tricky. Who am I? Yeah. I'm not the oldest, I'm not the youngest, so where is my place, here?
Yeah.
Yeah. But everyone has an influence on you. Yeah.
Wow. Is there a common kind of gender role or the way in which someone treats a certain gender? If they have an experience with their mother, do you see that translating across the board? Not only in their, say it's a man and his mother, they have a certain type of relationship. And then does it translate just to the female partner if they have a female partner, or is it kind of across the board to women? Do you know what I'm saying?
Like the influence of your relationship.
Of female. Say he had a crazy mom or something.
Yes. Maybe.
And so like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, can it be that general? It doesn't have to be necessarily.
Names. I'm just kidding. I know. You pulled that out of your ass. I'm just kidding.
But I'm thinking more even on a broader, like, idea.
Mm-hmm. I guess then moving outside of your family. So if they have this relationship with your family, they would treat other people that same way?
Other like women, like even if it's just like a woman in the office and say she does something that's a little off and maybe he's triggered by
his mom.
You know?
Yeah, of course.
It's that.
Yeah, of course.
And how
it will influence.
Yeah.
You know, like if your mom was mean, you know, toward you, and let's say you're a boy, okay? So your mother was really mean, you know, like, yes, you may be triggered, you know, by other women, you know, in your life. Maybe let's say your boss is also going to be pretty mean and you are going to become a little boy because it's going to be the same dynamics that you used to experience with your own mother. And you need to break free from that because your boss is not your mother. Mm-hmm. So yes, of course, it can also, or maybe like you have been spoiled by your mother, you know, like, oh my God, he's my son. He's the best, you know, the best ever.
Gross.
And so now that son is going to ask his girlfriend to take care of him.
Gross.
Like, can you cook for me? Can you clean, you know, like, can you do my laundry for me? Can you do whatever, you know, I want because I'm a prince. You know, my mother told me I was a prince, you know, so now I want you also to take care of me. Mm-hmm. And then the woman's like, yeah, but I'm not your mother. So you're great, but you're not my prince. You know, I was not waiting for you. So it's either you're going to change, you know, or just stay with your mother, you know, because obviously she's better than I am.
Once you do this healing, like, I'm just trying to think if I was to heal in certain ways, like parts of my family constellation, what would I do then? Like, how would I exercise my healing with them? I guess I'm assuming, you know what I mean? How would I exercise that I've healed? Would it just be my perception of how everything's going has changed? Okay.
Yes, because when your perception is going to change, everything is going to change too. And you're going to see your family, you know, differently. Also your partner, your friends, you know, your coworkers, anyone. So I think the exercise after a family constellation, after doing a deep work, is practicing acceptance and respect. I see you as you are and I take you as you are. My reality may not be your reality. And my perception may not be your perception. So I'm just going to respect that.
So they have to do the work and find it on their own. Because I think like once you have kind of a realization about what is true, you kind of want to either talk to them about it or maybe bring them into the healing. But it's really, you're saying it's not your responsibility.
No, of course you can share your experience.
Yeah.
But don't expect them to be like, oh yes, I'm also going to do it.
You're right. I am traumatized by my like abusive father.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm sorry.
You were like,
you know?
that's not funny at all. There's the way.
Yeah, sorry. We're so inappropriate.
Yeah.
It's just be responsible for who you are. Take charge for your behavior.
Wow.
We interrupt this episode to bring you a word from our sponsor, Four Sigmatic. Need we remind you that there is an entire kingdom of mushrooms beyond your basic portobello, my children. You can use the amazing health benefits of mushrooms to increase immunity, energy, longevity. The studies have been just in your face conclusive. These mushrooms have been used for centuries. And at Four Sigmatic, they believe in the real magic of these functional mushrooms like reishi, chaga, cordyceps, and lion's mane, and so many other superfoods and adaptogens that they mix into their elixirs. I am so behind this brand. 100,000%. I bring a baggie of my elixirs with me everywhere I go. So in my backpack, in my suitcases, in my purses, because I just never know. Right now I'm sipping on my hot cacao with reishi, which is what I do every night before bed. I mix it with water and flaxseed milk, and it's just delicious. So if you'd like to try Four Sigmatic, you can go to foursigmatic.com, FOURSIGMATIC, can I spell.com. And you can use our code almost30 for 15% off your first order. That's pretty rad, everybody. So that's foursigmatic.com. Use our code almost30 for 15% off your first order. This episode is also brought to you by Vitruvi, our go-to essential oil brand.
Yeah,
I mean,
you guys are wondering, this is it.
Yeah, we just have them all over our home, our apartments, bathroom, bedroom. As people walk in, it just makes us feel
at home.
At home.
It makes you feel cozy. It's just a really nice touch. So whenever I am working from home, I will make sure to put water in my diffuser and then put a few drops of their amazing essential oils in there. And it just really makes me feel happy. It makes everything smell good and everything feels intentional. So we love their brand. And we just really, want you guys to experience them too. They're so great.
Yeah, and they're affordable.
Yeah.
So Vitruvi sources their oils, premium quality from over 30 countries. They're certified organic when possible. And they basically take out the middleman. So they're buying them direct. So, they don't have to mark anything up. And they want you to feel like something that is so special, like essential oils, is affordable and something you can do on the daily. So you can go to Vitruvi, VITRUVI.com, and use our code almost30 ALMOST30 for 20% off. Such a good deal. I just got my sister a diffuser with some essential oils. So something like that, 20% off. Hello.
Easy.
Vitruvi.com. Our code is almost30.
And so as first steps for anyone, you would suggest that they take stock at their life and understand where they see blockages.
Yep.
And then sort of like work from there.
Yes.
Okay.
Because everything is connected to that primary foundation. And this is your family. Everything starts there. It did not start with you, but it can end with you.
Do you feel like we choose? Do you subscribe to the belief that we choose our parents?
Yes. Definitely. 100%.
What do you think your lessons were from choosing your parents? It's hard to articulate that because I'm trying to think of that too.
So from my mother, but actually also from my father, I learned a lot about independence. I learned a lot about not being always triggered by my emotions. I'm a really sensitive person. And my parents, don't get me wrong, they're also emotional human being, but they're strong. My father is half German and Prussian. My mother is French, but they're strong people, they just go on, they're really independent. My father is emotionally unavailable, my mother a little bit less. But I was a sensitive child. I was a sensitive kid, like crying or like talking a lot, expressing myself a lot. And so thanks to my parents, actually, they also gave me a strong foundation, it's okay to be sensitive. It's okay to have your emotion, but it's not the end of the world, just take a deep breath, settle. And this is a gift. Thank you, mom and dad, for that. Because if I had also emotional parents, plus emotional me, it would have been a mess, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
My parents gave me what I did not have at first. And in return, I offered both of them. Okay, can we speak now? Can we share our real emotions, our real feelings, Can we go deeper, So here, this is something that I got from them. My mother also always told me, be independent. Don't count on any man. And I was like, bullshit, mom. I'm just going to find my man and I'm going to get pregnant and I'm going to have children. I was like, no, I'm not a businesswoman. And look at me right now.
Yes.
I'm running my own business, So at some point she was right. She knew better on that.
I think that's a really good thing. And then it could also at some point be like a story that, like you were talking about before, really strong personality and very powerful and kind of make the man feel
because
emasculated.
The more I was rejecting it, the more I was refusing my heritage, actually the more I was creating that mess with my former boyfriends.
So interesting.
And it's finally when I took charge of my heritage. Like, yes, we are strong. And so what? It's not a weakness. I can also meet a strong man.
Yeah.
I can also be with a man that will make feel like a strong woman too. And also vulnerable, at the same time.
Yeah.
And this is when my love life shifted. So, yeah.
How do you get so if we were to think about 3 generations, so my baby will be the 3rd.
Yeah.
I'm the 1st. My parents are or it's my parents, me, baby.
Yes.
But right now, should I focus on my grandparents too?
You?
Yes.
Yes.
For my healing.
Because you are your grandparents, your parents, and you.
So then to get information on that, would I talk to my parents? Or how exactly would someone facilitate getting that information?
Yes. Here's the thing. Sometimes I have clients that don't know anything.
I know I don't
They
really
just
know
know
much.
a few things, poorly,
Yeah.
It does not matter because your body will know. Your body will react to that phrase, that word. And we also have a core language. We use some words to talk about who we are, to talk about our life. If you really pay attention, we do have the same vocabulary. Like maybe you are going to employ a lot, oh my God, I felt abandoned, for anything and nothing, or I'm so scared of fire. Why? What's the trouble, with fire? And this is also how you can know that maybe something happened with fire, maybe maybe your house was burned, and your family lost everything, but your body will react. So we are addicted to the story because it's like an excuse, well, I was sexually abused, so now I can also sexually abuse, like other people. No, it's not an excuse. It's just right now an addiction, it's like a label, like, hey, hear me, it's my excuse here, but it's not an excuse. So in Family Constellation, of course, at first we're going to talk about your story, but then we're going to drop the story. Because we all have a different story. If you ask my brother, how he sees my parents, he will have a different story than mine. And I'm sure if you have siblings too, you will feel like, okay, so they're not sisters? Are they talking about the same parents here? We all have our own perception. But with your feelings and your emotions, you cannot lie. You cannot twist the reality of it. And this is how you heal, by feeling. So your story, you can tell me anything. Maybe it's not even the truth, Maybe it's a big lie too, but I'm going to believe in your lie because this is what you just shared with me. But then I'm going to ask your emotion and feelings to tell me, okay, is that the truth? Is that really what happened? And here we can finally move on. You can see people when you work with them that just want to, pardon my French, bullshit you. They just want to play a game, They're just like still in the little game of being a little boy or little girl, not being responsible, And I'm sure you already met, those type of people, and you're like, okay, great.
Yeah. What's the game for, though? What do you think it's for? Like, to act like they're doing it? And there's resistance to truly doing it?
It's a need to repair something.
Yeah.
And that they think, it's going to happen through you, that you're responsible, But actually,
and I feel like, especially like at least where we are, and then our parents' generation, so the generation above, they don't have the tools necessary, like as much as we do in our generation. So like, it just seems so finite that, the father was this way or the mother was this way. It's just the way it is and the way I had to deal with it. And this is who I am now. Like it's this very finite feeling for them, I think. And so like there isn't
very
even
closed
hope.
Off too.
Yeah, there's not like this sense of hope, like, oh, maybe if I thought about it a little bit and actually opened up the conversation to what actually happened, then there could be some healing there or way in which this could be different from this moment forward. Yeah.
It's really way to shut it down. That's the way it is.
Yep. Yeah.
It's the way it is.
Doing it for years. Yep. Yeah.
But they're afraid
Yes.
of, their emotion and feelings. They're afraid of feelings,
Could you imagine that?
And yeah, I can, because I meet a lot of people, who are afraid, of feeling, of expressing. It's also a protection. To not forget about that, we protect ourselves, like through different behaviors, through different issues, but it's all about protecting your heart, protecting your mind. So again, it's all about, acceptance. Okay, Mom, I can see that right now you just shut down and you don't want to talk about it. You know what? I'm just going to take it as it is. This is the best way to move on. So some of my clients are like, well, I'm here to change my mother.
And I was just thinking that.
Well, it's not going to happen. Just tell me, like, full disclosure here.
Honestly, if my parents were in here, they'd be like, huh? They would be, I don't even know what they would think of, like, what?
Like, yeah, it's not about them. Yeah. It's just about you.
Yeah. Do you believe in, like,
do you believe in ghosts? I'm just kidding.
You can. You know how we heal ghosts?
How?
By recognizing them. We have ghosts in our family. Maybe the one who murdered someone and so who was rejected, or maybe someone who did commit suicide, but we said it was a disease. Those are ghosts.
Wow.
And they are here. Everyone in the family belongs. So everyone needs to be recognized. This is also a really common thing in family constellations. Same thing for miscarriage and abortion.
Yeah. Remember Susie Batiste with her abortion?
Everyone.
Yeah.
You need to recognize everyone.
Wow.
That's really important. And the ghosts, they will live. The dead members, they only want to be acknowledged. That's it. And then they will just go. But yes, that's also really important.
Wow.
Especially with women. Abortion and miscarriage is also so deep, but yeah, it's really, really important.
Wow.
And
it's deep healing.
There is also another common theme is receiving. It's always easier to give, than to receive. How we receive in life is how we receive from our mother. Did you take her love as it was? Did you receive her, her life, her heritage, whatever she wanted to pass on to you freely and openly? Or did you resist? Success starts with our mother. So the more we receive in life, the more we succeed in life. It's because it's not about the quality of the relationship with your mother, okay? It's not about like, oh, I have the best mother, so I'm just going to receive anything in life. No, it's just your perception toward her. Did I receive what she was able to give to me?
Oh, that's a good one.
Not less, not more. Thank you so much, Mom. I gladly take what you were able to give it to me. And I'm just going to move on. There is no more expectation toward her. And so then you can ask the same from others.
That's really interesting.
That's my life. No expectation.
Yeah.
At all. And it's really nice.
Yes.
It's not perfect, but it's gotten so much better. And there's like no expectation.
Because you are present.
Yeah.
You are here in the moment, you know, and you're just going to receive whatever is going to happen right now. So you cannot be disappointed.
Yeah. Love it.
Do you believe in like karma for people? Like, do you believe that like your parents are experiencing maybe in their relationship or individually a certain karma that like you can't touch and it is for them to live and experience?
I don't know. Like, we are influenced by our parents, you know, in our story. But then I think we always have the choice to change. So the malediction, the curse, you know, like how many times I've heard, Marine, I'm cursed. You know, in my family, women cannot be happy in their marriage. Like, no, you can be happy. You can just say, me, I'm just going to break free.
Like you can kind of take control of whether they chose to or not.
Of course.
Right, of course.
You can change the pattern, you know. Like, it's not because on 3 generations before me, all of them were miserable, that I have to be miserable too. You can also be like, thank you so much for showing me actually what I don't want to be.
It's like letting go of like also just mourning the fact that they didn't make the choice to change that.
Yeah. You can make the choice. Yeah, we are responsible for our life. You can be a jerk or you can be a great person, but it's a choice. It's not an excuse. And I actually have more respect for someone who is a jerk, but own it. Yes,
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
a mean person.
I always say that.
Than actually someone who's like, I'm so spiritual, you know, and I
Totally.
love fairies and unicorns. And then the day after, I can see her yelling, you know, like at her kids. And I'm like, oh, there is something.
If you're gonna be a
weird
bitch,
here.
be a bitch. If you're
Yeah.
gonna suck.
Just
If you're gonna
own
be
it.
cool, just cool.
Own it.
Yeah, own it.
On it.
Literally, if you're like working front desk at a hotel, and just own it. If you're
That's it.
serving, own it. If you're working on Wall Street, own it. Don't care.
Exactly. Own it.
Own it.
It will also avoid a lot of problems and issues with others.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I feel good.
Yeah,
I feel real good. This is amazing. This is amazing. Okay, what have you got going on this year? Where can our listeners connect with you? I know that they're going to be.
So first, my book.
Yes.
If anyone knows someone who would like to represent me, you know, who would like to
love that.
publish me, like, please, I'm here, Marine Sélénée. My book is already ready, you know. So
Yes.
but
Love that.
I really think Family Constellations can be the
It's
next
time.
thing, you know,
I
like
completely
it's
agree.
time, you know, like it's a big thing, you know. So I really want to advocate, you
Yep.
know, like on behalf of Family Constellations. Then I will be back in September, still in New York, for all of my workshops and my course in Family Constellations. It's a combination of the theory of Family Constellation and also the healing part.
Cool.
Come
Come to LA. We should do one.
Yes,
Yes, done.
I want to go to LA so
Done.
badly.
No, for real. We could do the
we'll
whole
do
thing.
it. We'll handle it.
I would love to.
Okay.
Yeah. Deal.
Done.
But yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Private workshops, you know.
Do you have a website?
Any question? My website, marinesélénée.com. There is actually going to be a new one
Great.
launched in September. So nailing the Family Constellations method. And yeah.
So excited
Amazing.
for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing this. I think
This
this
was
is really going to
crazy.
open a lot of people up to healing,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in places that they didn't think they could.
Thank you so much.
This was so great.
Thank you
so
so
well
much.
spoken. That was perfect.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Love
See you
you.
later. Let's join or let's talk about this in the secret Facebook group. See you on Instagram and see you on tour. Love you.
Love you. Wow. I feel like I need a week in Italy to just think about my family constellations. You know what I mean? Okay, I know you guys will be buzzing about this topic. So
Join our secret Facebook group where we talk about relationship stuff all the time. You can find it on Facebook by searching Secret Almost 30 Podcast Facebook group. There's about 5,000 other women in there waiting to chat and connect with you. So we'd love to have you in there. And then thanks so much for writing a review. It means a lot, and we read every one of them. So really appreciate that.
yes, and thanks so much to everyone who has thus far come to see us on tour. It means so much. We've had the best time, and we've been getting the feedback that you did too. So it really lights us up. Tell your friends if you know that we're going to their city. We want to meet you guys, and we love you. Thanks so much for listening. We will see you on Thursday.